taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Tootin. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard.
Here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Jaguars. Tootin, 55 yards. And the Jags will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point forthcoming. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line.
It's just set.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Here we go. Stop.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Stop.
On the ground, it's Taj Brooks. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Over the middle, he finds Higgins. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Gun.
Burrow looking to pass. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the 1st, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Here we go.
Burrow will throw. to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4 of 4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
On 1st and 10, it's Grigsby. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
An unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play, move on.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Burrow.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Travis Hunter. And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
Well, as a coach, you absolutely love seeing your offense find their rhythm early, and that's exactly what we've seen so far. They had a touchdown on their opening drive, and now they connect here for another nice gain for a 1st down. This offense is moving the ball well, exactly as he drew it up in practice.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, go, go! Go, go! Soga, hot! Hot!
Now they try the right side here. And oh, he spins past him and into space. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 85 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
1st down, Jacksonville.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 46.
Go. Hey, I'm gun. Here we go.
Here's Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run. This is caught inside the 15. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And what great recognition between a receiver and his quarterback, because he's going to recognize the trouble, and then he has 2 options. Cut off the route and come back to help, or head straight down the field, and he chooses the latter, and it turns into a huge play.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Hey,
on third down, here's Etienne. And trying to shoot free, but Etienne cannot. The defense will stop him short. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is indeed good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
gun, 12, 12, 12. 180.
Now it's Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. Boy, shifts past him. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
1-1, ready?
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
Up the middle with Brooks here. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 4.
180. 180.
They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
Here we go.
Now Burrow. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
Here we go.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Here's a give to Bigsby. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Stop.
Bigsby once more. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tank Bigsby taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Bengals are back within a score. And
Evan McPherson down for the PAT.
And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score. Jaguars 10, Bengals 7. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But I also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Now Lawrence to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 5. It's a big play for the Jaguars. 61 yards.
First and goal, Jacksonville.
Y'all can't talk about basic. We made more power.
Here we go.
And they'll run with ETN.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal.
Pick up of 2. Brings up 2nd and goal.
2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Now a handoff as they run left side. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. This is a big play in this wild card matchup, facing 3rd and goal.
20. Go.
Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Well, they imposed their will on that last drive. So the completion good for just 3. And that will bring up second down.
The 38-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. Can. 11.
Now it's Burrow.
Got a man open. It's Chase.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Here we go.
They'll try and run here with Brooks.
And he winds up getting this all the way down to the Jags 26. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try to add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
11, Agate. Hey, Soko, hey, I'm gun. Silver.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
He'll get this one complete to Davis. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Here's Lawrence to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. A big play there just before halftime. 45 yards. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
And the Jaguars first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a handoff running through the middle. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
A passing down here. 5 receivers on the field as they look at a 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Now he's going to step up and run.
He's going to fire one, corner of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Brian Thomas.
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Jaguars will extend their lead here just before halftime.
And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, You've got to play the ball in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because, remember, it's a spot foul, and it'd be first and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. Now, a little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Gun. Stop. 11. 180. Stop.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
Here we go. Stop.
They'll throw now on the final play. They'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
On 1, right? Here we go. Stop.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have almost a full half of football yet to play.
Rip, 23. Focus, hot. Here we go.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it as he gets wiped out on that one.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Hey, run. Here we go.
Lawrence will throw. Screenplay. Here's Etienne. On the move past the 40. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Hey, Lion. Son.
Now Lawrence. He'll get that underneath Etienne.
Escapes the defender. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
Travis Etienne.
30 yards.
And the Jaguars continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
12. Gun. 12.
Another run by Bigsby.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
From the gun, Bigsby.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about In your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
Mike Gesicki, 30 yards. And the Bengals are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take him the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts this lead down to 13. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Second and 6.
11. Hey, Ron. Take right open.
Now Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. That one a first down pickup of 8. Quite the turnaround from a week ago where he threw 4 interceptions. He hasn't had an interception this game, and he told us during the week, my goal, goose egg. He's achieving that so far.
And what we're seeing is a guy that you can win with, all right? Because anyone who can make that type of an adjustment to shake off a really horrendous week the week before and come back and play mistake-free football to this point, yeah, that's a guy I want to play with, that's for sure.
He gets it to Thomas. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 47. ETN up the middle. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Travis Etienne, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
33, Bengals 14.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. But at this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. They blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Stays on his feet. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Burrow to his old LSU teammate Chase for a Bengal first.
That's good for a Bengals first down.
Gun.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you,
Here we go.
almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Can.
Throwing again, it's Burrow. That's to his tight end all. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
10 more there and another first down.
Ready?
First down.
11.
16-yard line.
Now a handoff to Bigsby. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When people talk about plays being blown up, that's exactly what they're talking about. That's Exhibit A for physical play.
12. Dot.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think there he had to come off of his primary receiver in a big way, just trying to get it to a secondary guy, unable to get that play completed.
Checked down, but didn't even have enough time to do that. Incomplete. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd down and 12. And this is caught at the 8. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. A big completion there against double coverage. And Charles, one of those guys had a pick on him earlier.
Yeah, so he didn't allow that to deter him at all, did he? In fact, it probably was a challenge. Okay, you got to pick me 4. It's my turn now to make the big play, and that's exactly what he did.
1-1, ready?
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Dot. Wide 80. Dot.
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. Touchdown! Tank Bigsby. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bengals have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McPherson now for the extra point. And they're able to cut the deficit to 12.
Makes the score Jaguars 33, Bengals 21.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
110 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
And in a situation like this, you're in the second half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a first down.
Hey, go.
Here's Lawrence. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Oh, and that is incomplete.
He's had a very nice day throwing the football, and I think on this play, he's just trying to buy some time so he can make another big throw downfield. Unfortunately, couldn't connect on that one.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter. Now a 2nd and 10.
Hey, lock.
A give running right, ETN. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. And now defensively they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And they'll put 5 receivers in the formation now. 3rd and 9.
Right, let's go.
Lawrence. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Shamar Stewart drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down.
Cam Little for the Jaguars field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Gun. 11, empty. Big 13. 11. Stop.
Throwing, Burrow. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
And that'll be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a fourth quarter pick 6 here, and that one might put this game out of reach, CD.
I certainly agree with that, partner, and I know one thing, though. That team that just got the pick 6, they're going to keep playing until this one's over. Better be careful. They're looking to get another one.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Bengals 21.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
Here we go.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just haven't been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said,
They've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question.
And oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Red on red.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Here we go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down the left sideline. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Bashal Tutin with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense. But they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Now ETN to start the drive. And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets about a yard, and it brings up 2nd down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9.
11, Red, 23. Hey, son. Here we go, son.
And they'll go again with ETN.
Broken tackle. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
59 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth.
And they'll try and throw for it with Lawrence.
This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Well, one win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaughan, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Cincinnati, good night, everybody.